Good evening, and hello and welcome, all the Chaos Infinity viewers. I'm Ian. You know me from the Not a Living Living trailer, if you happen to have seen it. You also probably know me from the Roundtable discussions and the Roundtable Let's Plays, which is something we really should get back into. You need to get on, and you need to tell Josh he needs to get his capture card in, and we need to play some more Let's Play, Roundtable Let's Plays. Those were a lot of fun. Give us a chance to talk about random stuff that wouldn't fit a full discussion. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I have had a project I've been trying to work on for some time now, and the honest truth is, see, I'm an essential worker, and even before this, we have like a busy season where I work, and then the pandemic hit, and as such, I have been working 55, sometimes even longer hours a week. And honestly, after that much work, I just don't feel like putting a set together and getting clips and various things like that would require for me to do this project I've been working on. So, in the few weeks where I've had my normal 45 hours, I just honestly simply would rather spend it with my kids who end up missing me for the rest of that time. So yeah, sorry. I mean, we're looking at least January before I can even get this project rolling. So I decided instead I want to do this project where I'm just going to sit down and talk about my experience as a tabletop role-playing game player. I mean, just just to kind of give you a background of what this means to me personally. I've been playing tabletop. I'm 35, and I've been playing tabletop role playing games since I was in middle school. So when I was in middle school, me and Josh, who's the one you see in this channel mostly, and another friend of ours, the three of us would get together literally almost every Friday after school. After school, we'd go home, we'd change, we would get stuff together, and then we'd go to either my house or Josh's house. So the three of us, like Monster Rancher 1 for the PlayStation, and we used to just get everything we could. We would get games, music CDs, those old America Online, you get 50 free hours of America Online discs, and we'd do unlocking parties for Monster Rancher. You just put the stuff in, and we had notebooks, like multiple notebooks, just filled with what we unlocked from Monster, and Monster Rancher 2 came out the same thing, just what we unlocked and where we got it. And somewhere, I mean, they're probably been thrown away or destroyed by water or something like that. But somewhere at some point was the most extensive Monster Rancher unlock list you've ever seen. Unfortunately, I've probably been lost to time, but we did that for hours every night. We would even document what their core starting stats were, and I mean, it was insane. And well, we were at my friend Josh's. So we were at my friend Josh's one weekend, and his dad was just like, "Hey, you want to play a game?" And we're all like, "Yeah, sure, let's play a game." And so we played this tabletop role-playing game version of Mech Warrior. It was either the mid 80s or late 90s one. I'm not sure which edition it was, but so we're like, yes, we threw some characters together. None of us had even the slightest idea of what we were doing, you know. But we just kind of built this character. I'm like, my character was like, oh, I want my character to be kind of the social character, and I don't really care about being a mech pilot. The mech pilot's kind of a secondary thing. I mean, I had a wasp, if that tells you anything. I loved that wasp. It was useless, but I loved it. I adored it. And we didn't know what we were doing. We'd just be like, "Hey, I wanna shoot this thing," and he would say, "Okay, roll whatever skill, whatever stat," and we'd roll and we'd tell him what numbers we rolled, and he would tell us what die to roll, and we just kind of were like, "Oh yeah, hey," and he would tell us if it hit what happened, if he succeeded or not. None of us had any idea of what the rules of the game were. We just had an idea of what we wanted to do. We did this. We played a Gamma World with him, and we played Paranoia. And unfortunately, while we were in high school, between our sophomore and junior year, Josh's father unfortunately passed away. And then we didn't play again for a couple years, probably the next 2 years. it was either late high school or maybe the first year of college. I got a Dungeons and Dragons. I think it was like probably the senior year of high school. Dungeons and Dragons. It was a red box starter set. And me, Josh, and our friend who I'm not gonna name names. Me, Josh, Devin, Jeremy, Dale, and Tony. I will name by name. People you've seen talk on this channel. Everyone else, I'm not going to just in case I say something. Just protect their privacy. But anyway, our friend, I'll call him R. Me, R, Josh, my brother, and I don't remember if it was Josh's brother or Tony who was there that first time. Opened it up, and I ran the pre-created mission, and it was just kind of a mess. But I was just like, you know what? I don't want to give up playing these games. I enjoyed it so much with Josh's dad. I was just like, I want to keep doing it. I want to keep playing. So we did it. It was disastrous, and I was like, okay. So then I bought the third edition rule books. I bought Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, DMG, Dungeon Master's Guide, and I ran like for 3 nights a campaign, and it was me, Josh, R, my brother, and his brother, because we played at Josh's brother's house, and it sucked. I had no idea what I was doing. I only had like a vague relationship with the rules. But we kept playing, we kept trying, and I ran a different 3.0 campaign, and I got better. Josh started running a 3.0 campaign, and he got better. And his first campaign was not great. I played a wizard called Avilius the Gold, and we kind of referred to it as Avilius Land because Josh, I mean, he played favorites with my character, and I don't think it was anything malicious or anything. I think it was just kind of, it was the first game he'd ever dungeon mastered. It was the first game he ever game mastered. I mean, of course, he made mistakes. We all did, and he learned and got better, and I learned and got better, and other people learned and got better, and we all got better, and and I have played pretty regularly from when I graduated high school until probably about 2 years ago. Our gaming group just kind of fell apart. Two of our players moved away. Four of our players kind of stopped playing because there was a very, I'm trying to think of a way to put it. There was a lot of weird drama between the four of them, and it kind of got uncomfortable. And then two of our players, he got um his job, he got promoted, and him and his wife couldn't make it because it was a lot of him working on the nights we worked. And then my brother changed his work schedule, and he couldn't make it out to these gaming sessions anymore. And it was just me and Josh and Dale, and it just didn't really feel like it was really worth playing with just the three of us. I mean, that would be DM, two players, and it just, I don't know. And just a couple weeks ago, I decided with me, Josh, Dale, and Devin, I was going to run a Mutants and Masterminds campaign, but it was going to be in the universe of White Wolf's Scions universe, where like the players they're like super powered, but they are actually like half mortal. They're half mortal, half divine, and just for reference sake, I'm not going to be live streaming these games I'm running. Josh has started a game. I think he calls it "The Day the Music Died." It's going to be like a Pathfinder 1e game, and it's going to be themed around musical puns. And I don't know if he plans on streaming it, if he plans on not live streaming, if he plans on recording it and posting on the channel or not. I'm not going to, and it's because I want the game to be natural, and people act different when they're on camera, whether they intend to or not, whether they know they are or not. People act different when they know they're on camera. So, and I want my game to be natural. So I will not be doing live recordings or recordings of these sessions I'm playing. No, yeah. So I've been playing. I played with. There was a point where I was playing like 3 nights a week, and I was playing play by post online. Yeah, I kind of burned myself out for a little bit, and we just kind of played very sporadically after that. And we played a lot of board games. We played a lot of like Arco. No, there was a Call of Cthulhu board game that they wanted to play all the time, and it was kind of fun for a while, but they kind of burned us out, and we had a bunch of board games we were playing instead of role playing games, but we still periodically played. And I mean, I played. And if you go and you look at our roundtable discussions, you can see all the books I have and all the games I've played. It's insane, and I love it. And as I started playing, I started to. Sorry, I have an outside cat who's trying to get in. Um, Sorry about that noise. Anyway, so I started to enjoy. What I found is even though playing or not, I've gotten so many books because what I found is I like reading. Like I read D&D role playing game books casually. That's what I do. Like when I'm on the toilet or whatever, I'm not reading a novel and I'm not reading a comic book. I enjoy comic books, but I am sitting there reading D&D rule books because it's just what I do, and it's not meant to be some kind of like boast or whatever you want to call it. It's just this is what I enjoy. I like reading the way these rules interact with each other and things like that, and these worlds that these game creators create, because some of these game creators are really, really good at world building. I mean, White Wolf Scion world is a perfect example of that. The system is pants. I mean, it's just not a good system. The first edition of Scion, I don't know what Onyx Road has done, but like this world is just a really cool world. It's why I've played like 5 campaigns, even though I don't like the game system. And I'm probably going to do a video on that soon. You know, I've played with mixtures of people. Like I've had players who were just like there to kind of do stuff. Like my friend Tony, the guy we called Grandpa. He was like 3 years older than us, but he was the oldest one of us, so we called him Grandpa. And Tony or Grandpa, they could care less about the game's rule systems. They were just there to like play. And then I've had friends like I'm gonna call him Pete, and a friend we called Robot, and I'll probably do a whole video on him just because he is really a fun character. We called him Robot because he was very straight laced and he was very big on getting to the point, and he had this cadence where everything he said came out very similarly. He had this very even cadence, and sometimes it was to the point you couldn't tell if he was joking about something or not. He would say something and it would be like, is that a joke or is he being serious? And so like, sorry, I thought I heard footsteps. But yeah, so like I could almost do a whole video just on this guy we called Robot. But Robot and Pete were very big on like mechanics. They were big on like building the best character they could build, and you know, just all in between. And I've played with people who were just I you know, you go on like some of these channels, like you know, you go to Crit Crab's channel. He's big on those D&D horror stories from Reddit. Have had a lot of people that bad. I've had a couple of truly bad players, and I'm definitely going to talk about the one player we had who was just a nightmare to play with. We ended up just telling him we stopped playing just so he wouldn't come out anymore. He was kind of friends with me, and he was good friends with my brother. And the crappy stuff he did, my brother didn't defend. He was just like, I didn't know he was going to be like this. So it's not like my brother brought him in knowing he was going to act like this. But I guess we kind of try to keep a positive relationship between my brother and this individual. And so we weren't just being like, you're not welcome around anymore. We were just kind of like, yeah, we're just not playing anymore. As you know, I know a lot of people like, I would have booted him from the group, but it's not as easy to just say, hey, you're not welcome to play anymore when you're still, you know, you're going to school with this guy or you're working with this guy, you're seeing this guy every day. It can be very awkward to tell him, you're not welcome here anymore. and still see him. So yeah, and we had tried doing all the stuff where we talked, but anyway, that's gonna be a story for a different video. I just wanted to kind of introduce who I was and why this meant so much to me. Like I've been doing this. This has been like a passion of mine for probably like 20 years now, and I don't see myself stopping in any time in the future unless literally there's nobody to play with. But and I've done some play by post, and I'm just not a big fan of play by post. D&D feels like so intimate of a game. It feels weird to play with somebody you don't know, like you've never met, that you will never meet. Just words on a screen. But yeah, I've been playing forever, and like I did not have a good like my high school experience was very, very negative, and playing tabletop games with my friends was kind of a, I don't know what you call it, like a, it was something positive I remember from that time period. So it really does mean a lot to me. Even though, like, I know my sophomore year I didn't play. I did still play a bunch of card games during that time. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Magic. I played, what was I would have played? I played Anime. I loved Anime Ham. That game sucked. I loved Anime Ham. Um, but yeah, so like tabletop gaming is something that's just really been important to me for a long time. And if you guys are watching this video and you want to see me talk about something, whether it's problem players, you want me to talk about any of the systems I've played, which once again you can go on my Dungeons and Dragons or my alternatives of fifth. I've never played fifth edition. I probably won't ever play fifth edition. That might be a video I talk about why I won't play for fifth edition, but like I did an alternates to fifth edition video, and you can see all the stuff I played there. So if there's any of those systems you'd like me to get really in depth with, I can. I can tell you stories about the games I've been playing. I think my next video, I'm probably going to talk about my experiences with Scion, not just because I'm currently rereading the Scion God rulebook, which I am, and I'm running a world base. It seems really relevant to what I'm doing now, and I can talk a lot about not just the system, but some of my experiences playing with it. So I think that'll probably be what I do next. But if there's anything as these videos go on that you'd like me to discuss, I will be happy to. If you guys want to leave a comment, if you like what I'm talking about, go ahead and leave a like. If you don't like what I'm talking about, go ahead and leave an unlike and call me an asshole in the comments. I mean, whatever. Just if you really hate what I'm talking about, stop watching these videos. Go watch PewDiePie or Markiplier or whatever. I mean, this isn't my job. I'm not making money on it. So, I mean, do what you're gonna do, guys. I mean, it would be nice if you subscribed, liked, and commented, but I mean, I can't make you, and there's nothing stopping you from leaving a dislike and never watching these videos again. But this is something I just kind of want to share with the 6 people who actually do watch these videos. And I really hope that we can get kind of a discourse, even just a little bit through these, because it's something I'm really passionate about. But anyway, I'll probably see you guys here in a couple weeks. So good luck.